listen to my name. The truest. Shotgun like real crop. Creep with baddies and sequence dresses with
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. And they lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season,
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
3rd and 9 here.
Looking to throw. Jenkins. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And on now is the punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
With 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Here's Grant. The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 94 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change-up.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Stanton. He's got his man Cruz. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, My bad. We simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Stanton.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
The last series form, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
That's good. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Jenkins. He finds his man, complete. That's Parks.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw, Jenkins.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's going to try and do this himself.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now back out comes the offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Stanton. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Stanton. That is caught. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. Results in a 1st down.
back to throw again.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
They'll go with the keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Operating from the gun, Jenkins.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Jenkins. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They bring their punter out there now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Off the play fake, Stanton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. Now a toss here, short side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stanton.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Down at the 25. 2nd down and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down, Stanton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Operating from the gun, Stanton. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking to throw, Stanton. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
The downside for the defense is that they're dealing with a team that's in their red zone, but the upside, not much room to work with for the offense. Fewer windows in the zone for them to throw into. Tough for a quarterback to get a throw off before the pressure ends up getting to him.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Right back to him on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have taken the lead.
Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Stanton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Back to throw. Stanton. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Stanton. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
On 2nd and 10, Stanton. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll go down at the 28. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The rain, if anything, maybe intensified while you were covering the halftime report. We'll see how these two coaching staffs want to approach this second half to come. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Off play action. Jenkins. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
But now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now a 2nd and 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
That's good for a first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Oh, nice move. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And here now the offense heading back out there. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Jenkins.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Grant. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stanton. Under pressure, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Operating from the gun, Jenkins. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Six yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Gun now on 3rd down. In trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss. And on now is the punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Looking to throw. Stanton. And that's going to be incomplete. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest. That is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here. Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
Here's 2nd and 3.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
Throwing to start the drive. Stanton. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stanton. He finds McCoy.
And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Stanton. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They go back to Grant. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Aaron Lynch able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Stanton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here now, 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jenkins. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 2.
They will run with Grant. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Grant. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Stanton.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So 3rd down. They need to get to the 28 for a first. Off the play fake. Stanton. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's brought down at the 31. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.